Sit up tall and come close to me.
And
oop. And oop.
Are you glad that light's on now?
Why would I be glad it's on?
Because it's dark in here.
And oop.
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hi.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me on our sectional sofa for our little program here. Okay, so we went to a museum today and then we had lunch. Let's talk about how our day started. I made us eggs. This is something it's become a regular deal every weekend. What I do is a little butter or olive oil, and then I throw some freeze dried garlic in there, which was a recent purchase. I bought it on a whim, and it's absolutely fantastic. The brand is Lighthouse or Lifehouse. Oh, wait, Lifehouse was the band that played songs on uh, Laguna Beach. But anyways, so oil / butter, some freeze dried garlic. Then I throw some cheese on there, and the cheese gets nice and brown and crispy. And then eggs, I flip it over, and the yolk gets done, cooked over medium, over easy, depending on whatever you want and how much I burnt the cheese. Then we throw it in them low-carb tortillas, 25 calories each. And then I put sriracha on it. You don't like our current version of sriracha.
Yeah.
It's Tabasco. Tabasco's version of sriracha. It's too sweet for you?
Yeah, I don't like my sriracha sweet.
Yeah.
I like it on the spicier side.
Yeah.
I've been putting nothing on the eggs and tortilla, and it's just perfect
Yeah.
because the cheese is gooey.
Yeah.
The egg is a little runny.
Yeah.
You don't need anything else.
Yeah. I like the current sriracha. I like the sweet. I like the hot. It's turned me completely away from like salsa. Like salsa, because I used to do salsa on top of eggs, and I liked it cold salsa on top of eggs. But salsa just dominates the entire egg, freeze dried garlic, cheese, to where everything tastes like salsa, and that's fine if you're into that. But I think sriracha goes perfectly with some burnt cheese, well done cheese skirt, if you will. And I think about this all week, and I don't do it during the week because I usually don't eat breakfast, and I don't want to make a mess early in the morning. And then you always handle our din din, but every Saturday and Sunday, like I'm ready. I'm ready for eggs. I wake up before you. I text you the egg emoji 3 times, and I say, "Let's do this." But yeah, I love the new go-to. Super bussin'. Okay, so we went to Old Sac, where the Sacramento History Museum is, and the Delta King boat / restaurant is located. I see here in my notes, honey, that you love Old Sacramento. Can you please defend this indefensible position?
There's nothing to dislike about Old Sacramento.
Hmm.
Let's hear your worst.
Vagrants, uneven wooden sidewalks, tourist trap, lots of taffy, too much taffy. Whenever there's a lot of taffy being sold, it's where you bring your parents when they come visit you. There's just the Firehouse restaurant is fine, but everything else is hit and miss. Restaurants are always closing and opening and closing. Yeah.
I do have to say I don't like when it gets too crowded, but we
Yeah.
always go to visit Old Sacramento in the morning.
Yes.
We try to beat the crowds.
Yeah.
And every time we go down there, I just think, I love it here. It's
Yeah.
so cute. It's pretty. I could walk around all day. I love the uneven pavement. I love the rickety wooden rails. I love all the old timiness of it. I love the river.
Yeah. I do love the trains. They got the train museum there. But for the most part, I just think of Old Sac as what we walk through to get to Doco for movies and more restaurants and Kings games and whatnot. But it's fine. But yeah, when it's crowded, it's like those uneven, rickety wooden sidewalks get filled up, and it's not good. And there are some uh, gentlemen who just look unseemly, and it's like I don't want to deal with this. Get me back to West Sac, which is right across the bridge. What about bikes, honey? Bikes, scooters, skateboarders, hoverboards. They're up and down on the bridge where we walk, and then they're on the boardwalk of Old Sac, causing mayhem and cheese.
Right. I don't like that either. It's very dangerous, and they're always speeding, so they're going so fast.
Yeah,
And there's so many little kids trying to walk around,
yeah,
and well, just everybody being a pedestrian,
yeah.
and then they come zooming by you.
It's pandemonium. And like as pedestrians, are we supposed to look over our shoulder every 5 seconds? And technically, they're supposed to make an "Hey, on your left," but most of them don't do that. Some guy had his whatever boombox Bluetooth bumping today, and I was like, okay, I guess that's an auditory signal. But and there's no security, there's no popo around to regulate the bike riders and hoverboarders and all that jazz.
Where are the policemen on horseback that you see downtown Sacramento sometimes?
Oh yeah,
I don't usually see them around Old Sacramento.
it'd be perfect.
Maybe they come later at night. But
Yeah,
during the day, I don't see anything like that.
yeah. Nighttime is definitely a different beast. Uh, the weather today, so it was cold in the 50s, and then you brought a couple umbrellas. I didn't bring an umbrella because my umbrella, you have, well, Lennox and Luna have the umbrellas that fold up really small into the palm of your hand. I only have the long umbrella that doesn't break down into a tiny compact shape form. But at first I was gonna bring it because I was gonna use it as like my walking cane, like an R&B singer in the '90s. Like I got my strut and I got my cane and I'm singing about heartbreak, girl. But then the weather said 40% chance of rain. What does that mean?
Who knows? And it's
Exactly
that's 40% is like you have no clue what to expect.
right, right. It's right in there, and it was helpful because on the weather it had the 3 dots of water as opposed to the 1 dot of water, so you knew it was gonna be coming down. But I'm not Mark Finan. I don't know what to do. But we walked over there and it was fine. It was windy. It was quite windy. It was cold, but it was not raining, and which I was very concerned with because I have gel in my hair, honey. It's very
Oh.
important. I stay pretty for you. Free Museum Day, honey. Can you tell the people Free Museum Day, what it involves, how you got our tickets?
This happens every year in Sacramento,
Mm,
usually around this time, March. Lots of museums in the area participate.
yeah.
So a couple weeks before the day of registration opens, you have to register ahead of time. And it goes pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's first come, first serve.
Right.
I'm surprised like servers don't crash and the internet doesn't shut down. Your first pick was a graveyard?
Yeah, the Sacramento, what's it called? The one on Broadway, the Sacramento Cemetery.
Yeah.
It's very old.
Yeah.
That one always fills up quickly. I've tried the last couple of years and tickets have gone for that. I'm going to try that again next year for us. But this has become a little family tradition.
Yeah.
Super fun. We saved $30 today.
Yes.
If we had to pay, it would have been $5 each for the kids and
Yeah.
10 for us
Yeah.
adults.
Yeah.
So that's great.
And we don't pay for parking. We park on the West Sac side, right next to, literally across the street from Sutter Health Park, and we walk over, which turned out to be a bad decision. And the Sac History Museum.
And oop.
So we get to the Sac History Museum at 10:30ish. Right away, it's 3 stories, and the ceiling, the really, really high ceiling, 3 stories up, you can see it. It's reflective, and the stairs are all windy. It's like Byzantine stairways. They go over here, and then they go over here. And so I was like, this is a ton of stuff. This is huge. I was overwhelmed at first.
It was a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that large inside.
Yeah. But it's I think it's a decent size. It's doable.
Yes.
Once we went up the stairs, the second story was closed off for whatever reason. So it was just first and third, and it's not like Crocker Art Museum. It's feasible to do the entire museum. I mean, we did the entire museum today. You wanted to spend 30 to 45 minutes. I wanted to spend 10 to 15 minutes. You were up in with Lennox and Luna reading all the little captions and text and all that.
I told you ahead of time, I want to read every single plaque on
Yeah.
every single display.
Yeah.
And you're like, have fun with that.
Because I'm not out here trying to read no history book. Okay. But I like looking at the little displays and the exhibits and whatnot. But that's like a paragraph each, 6, 8 sentences for each little display. But you guys had fun, right?
We had fun, yeah.
Okay. Did you learn something? Did you learn?
Yes.
The main 2 exhibits were about tattoos, which how Sacramento tattoo history, okay, and lowriders. So there were a lot of cool cars, some cool like bikes, um, lowrider bike, lowrider bike guys or whatever. It was cool. The fun fact, honey, Howard Hatch, aka Howard the Printer, who's a volunteer at the Sacramento History Museum, is huge on TikTok. 2.7 million followers. That's right. Listen, we all can't be Dixie D'Amelio, but he's apparently a big deal. Len found him right away. We're just standing there in the museum. Found him on the TikTok, and I said, follow him, like his post, and Lennox said, no. But the TikTok algorithm saw that he went to Howard's webpage or whatever. And so his For You page is going to be filled with old men.
And the history of the printing press.
Doing crafting and printing press. Howard Hatch, not specific. They don't give his age, but he's an octogenarian. So he's an old dude. And they just had a cardboard cutout. He wasn't like live there in person.
Yeah.
They had a cardboard cutout like when you used to go to the video store and a huge cardboard Twister display. The Helen Hunt Bill Paxton movie, yes, from 1996, which is being remade with Glenn Powell. Is handsome, but it seems like he should be more handsome, and he has no lips.
Oh, he's not handsome enough for you?
Correct.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, I said it. So Delta King is a big ship that doesn't go anywhere. On board, it has a hotel, a theater, an event space for meetings and private parties, 2 restaurants, one the Pilot House and one the Delta King Bar and Grill. As far as the hotel, my old coworker Richard Beeson said he's peeked into a hotel room. He said it was open. He was walking by and it was open. Like the cleaning person left it open, but he looked in and he said it looked cozy. I have no desire to stay on a old musty boat.
I would love to stay at one of their rooms.
It's 5 minutes away. I ain't paying.
That's fun. Sleeping on a boat.
Couple $100. Yeah, I mean we do want to go on a cruise. We're planning on a cruise within the next year or two. Delta King Bar and Grill. So did Sac History Museum and then walked right over. It's literally a couple 100 feet away. We got there early at 11:15. Doesn't technically open till 11:30. So what did we do for 15 minutes? We watched Walrus versus People, the new Fox television show. So across the way of the river on the West Sacramento side, there's a pier, and it's not like a giant pier. It's long, but it's skinny. It's thin. But there's walrus. Lennox claims are sea lions.
They are sea lions, honey.
Okay, they're sea lions. I just want to say walrus, which is probably the plural of walrus. But there are 15 sea lions just there, just doing what Frankie Blue does every day. Nothing. Yeah. Lazing about. But there was a family, a couple parents, and then a couple 4 or 5-year-old kids. And they weren't taunting the walrus, but they were being kids with the walrus. So like they'd step closer and then the walrus would bark, 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 bark. And there was like one walrus who was like the security guard for the other 12 walrus behind him. It was quite the scene.
We were waiting for something to happen.
Exactly.
An attack, someone falling into the water.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's why we all had our phones out and we kept yelling, "World Star, World Star." If a walrus came after you, could you get away from it?
Yeah.
On ground.
On land, of course.
Okay. But that pier, as I said, is very thin.
Yeah.
What if you fell into the
Oh,
water?
I'd be dead.
Oh, dear. I'm surprised that hasn't happened, dude. I can see some ne'er-do-well teenagers throwing stuff at the nice sea lions. messing with them and getting into all sorts of hijinks. Yeah, that's probably going to happen, and then KCRA is going to report on it. So 11:30, they take down the Velvet's rope, and we ascend on up. The Pilot House that restaurant is more formal. It's like white tablecloths, a little stuffy if you ask me, but the bar and grill is chill, like us, casual. Not a ton of tables, and a couple were reserved, but we got a nice booth. It was brunch menu, which isn't on the website. What's up with that, Delta King? Uh, and on the TV, they had one TV there, decent size, 50, 55-inch. It was playing golf. But I like that because a lot of places you go now, there's like 80 TVs, and you're like, wow, this is a lot of stimulation.
Maybe I'm old-fashioned. I don't want any TV in my restaurant.
Yeah.
We're sitting in a boat on the Sacramento River.
Yeah.
Look out the window.
Yeah.
Better yet, talk to your companions.
What? How about I stare at my telephone and then look up and see some golf? You're absolutely right. You got one side is fun, vibrant old sack, and then the other side you got Walrus versus People, the new Fox TV show. There's so much to look at, and just the boat is beautiful. There's lots of wood. It's very watery and aquatic and nautical. Yeah, even the bar is pretty. It's old. It's dated, but yeah, it's nice to look at. It's a fun, vibrant atmosphere. Uh, our waiter, actually, the bartender brought over coloring things Lennox and Luna could color and some crayons. And at first, I was like, oh, they're not 5 years old. What's going on here? But they took to it.
Oh yeah, they had fun.
Yeah, and Luna's coloring in particular, I was taken with. She's the next Da Vinci. Was it Lennox and Luna who asked us, why is the Mona Lisa so popular?
Yeah.
It was Len.
Mm.
And I said, well, everyone wants to know what she's smiling at. Have you heard that theory?
Yes. Her cheeky grin.
Yeah, because she just did something untoward, maybe. And Da Vinci, he's a good drawer, I guess. Another thing, they give you cloth napkins and you fold it in your lap like a gosh dang adult. No more of this one paper napkin. And then if you make a mess or you have a bunch of stuff on your mouth and your hands, can I get more napkins? Can I get more? It's like you feel fancy.
I love cloth napkins.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's enough for me for the mess that I make throughout my meal.
Yeah.
And it stays in my lap the whole time. There's not folded up, crumpled napkins all over the table when we're done.
Yes. I like being able to dab my mouth every few bites because I'm a messy eater. I'm a chunky boy. Food came out pretty quickly, about 10 minutes ish. We got a couple Coors Lights. It was on tap, $8 each. Crisp, refreshing, perfect. I ordered for Len. He asked me to order for him. Len got a Kobe burger, plain, meaning meat and bun only, with a side of ketchup. And it came with fries. He also ordered a side of breakfast sausage. The hamburger was large size, nice, looked like a tire hubcap, if you will. He got it cooked well done. Well, he learned from me. He learned from the best. I was worried that he ordered too much food. Giant burger, French fries, and sausage. He smashed it all.
Yeah.
I was impressed. I tried one of the sausage. It was 3 link sausages, but not like the Jimmy Dean. Like they were stuffed. Maybe not in house, but you could tell they were stuffed fresh somewhere. Like the more expensive sausage. I tried one of the sausage. It was plump and fatty and good. And then I had a few of his French fries, thicker than shoestring, but yummy, well salted, which I admired. It was $20 for burger and fries, $5 for the side of sausage. Len was in heaven. He said, and I quote, "When you go to random places, the burger and fries are always so good." Are restaurants random places?
Yes.
Random places seem like it would be a food truck. Like, what's this food truck doing in an alley? Or what's this pop-up tent doing on West Capitol Avenue? You got the breakfast sandwich, honey. Came with the brioche bun, scrambled eggs, cheddar cheese, and then you get your choice of bacon, sausage, or honey cured ham. You got the ham. It came with herbed country potatoes, which it didn't say on the menu that it would come with herbed country potatoes, but you got some potatoes with your Sammy. $17, honey. Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
It was good. My only complaint is the bun was untoasted, so it was very soft.
Yeah.
And I wish it was a little more
Crunchy.
substantial.
Yeah.
But overall, it was good. And I'm so glad it came with potatoes.
Yeah.
Because it needed a little more food to the plate.
Yeah. The potatoes were good. They had some bell peppers in there.
They were so yummy.
I'm a hash brown girly, but I can get behind some country potatoes, depending on how they're done. Yeah, your thing was good. And there was a sauce on there. No sauce in the description on the menu,
Right.
but there was something.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I could have done without the sauce too.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
overall, I was happy.
Yeah. I was like, this is good. The sauce was on the sweet side. But I don't need sauce. Give me some ham and egg and bun, and I could get behind that. But yeah, the brioche bun could have been toasted, but unfortunately it wasn't. But overall, I thought your sandwich was good. Although I had one bite and I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. That's because I'm low carb. Okay, and I had a couple of your potatoes also done well. I got the Caesar salad, and I see here in my notes, honey, that you think eating salad at a restaurant is a waste. Can you please go into
Yes.
detail?
A salad is so basic
Yeah.
and nothing. We eat
Yeah.
salads all week long at home.
Yes, that's true.
And they're good. We
Yeah.
just get them at the grocery store,
Yeah,
but
we get the chopped salad kits.
we're always having yummy salad at home. So
I know.
you go to a restaurant,
I know.
it's a special day.
You live it up.
Why are you spending money on a basic salad?
Because I'm on track. I'm low carb. We're seeing my mom in less than 2 weeks, and I want her to love me and approve of my appearance. Okay, honey. But I got a Caesar salad, the small version. They also have a large version described as hearts of romaine, pecorino romano cheese, croutons tossed in our house-made Caesar dressing. You could add chicken for $8 or salmon for 13. I wanted to add chicken, but I was like, it's gonna be some dried up musty chicken breasts.
3 little pieces for $8.
For $8, and that would have just upset me. So I just didn't get it. And then the salmon, I like salmon, but it can be done bad very easily. And for $13, heck no, techno. My thing was $12. A large Caesar is $16. Didn't come with croutons like right away, but I didn't notice because I wasn't paying attention or whatever. Just slipped my mind. But my my plate was just white. It was a white plate, and then the romaine was covered in dressing, and pecorino romano cheese was just like white on white on white. Lots of white happening there. You say no croutons, I say no carbs. It was a good amount of dressing. It was plentiful, but it wasn't like drowning in it, and there wasn't a pool in the bottom of my bowl uh, of the Cesar dressing, and there was a lot of pecorino romano. The romaine was crispy, crunchy, firm. Overall, yes, it was basic. Yes, it was a waste. Yes, it was pointless. But I'm low carb. I'm on track. I'm keto. So I enjoyed the basic Caesar salad as much as one can enjoy a basic Cesar salad, or as in Spanish they say, ensalada. On our way home, the weather done changed, honey. Can you describe that? Talk about that?
As soon as we got off the boat, it started hailing.
Yeah.
So we whipped out the umbrellas.
2.
2 umbrellas for 4 people.
Yeah.
I tried to share with Luna, but she was like, eh.
Yeah, she had her hoodie up.
And so you and Luna walking without, me and Lennox each took an umbrella.
Yeah, I had my hoodie down because, again, my hair. Very important.
It was raining so hard.
Yeah.
The hail stopped, but then it continued to be super hard rain pelting down on us.
Downpour. Yeah, and there was wind. And it's like the left side of my face where the wind and the rain was hitting mostly felt like Han Solo in Return of the Jedi when he was all frozen. And then, I mean, we might get sick. We might get bronchitis. What about the memories? We'll talk about this forever. Yeah, we should. It was regret. We should have drove over there, but it's so close that like in the time you drive there and face the traffic and find parking and pay for parking, you could have walked over there.
And we didn't know exactly if it was going to rain. Like
Yeah,
when we got there and walked across to
yeah,
Old Sac, perfect weather. So that was great.
yeah,
Just getting back to our car was quite the adventure.
yeah. It's the 40%. I don't know how Mark Finan does it. And then I see in my notes, honey, on our way back home in West Sacramento, you ran a red light. Can you? First of all, let me call the police. 911. Hello. Yes, I'd like to report my wife.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not gonna admit it.
What are you talking about?
You ran the red light over there, woman.
No, I did a U-turn because it wasn't turning green.
Yeah, you ran. You okay?
That's running a red light.
You turned on a red light.
Oh, I guess that's not running a red light, is it?
Yes.
I did a U-turn at a red light.
Yeah.
I waited till the coast was clear.
Well, the turn went around twice. Like this way gets green and that way gets green and this way, and then we were missed twice in a row.
Right. I don't know why. Like the sensor wasn't picking up that we were parked there or something.
Yeah.
So I did a U-turn. Yeah. And I got my family home.
Okay. Yes. 911. Hello. I'd like to report a red light runner. Actually, when we were pulling away, Luna turned around. She was in the back seat, and she said, "The light turned green." And we were like, "Oh, okay." Len wants to go back to Delta King.
Yes.
Luna wants to do the underground tour, which I had no idea starts in the Sacramento History Museum. And I've always wanted to do that. You did that a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
You also went to a show at Delta King?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
They have a theater
Yeah.
where they do plays and musicals and stuff.
Yeah. Len wants to go back. I say we do the underground. You want to get the railroad fish and chips thing there?
Yeah, we have to look into that restaurant.
Yeah.
I wanted fish and chips today, but sadly, it's not on the brunch menu at Delta King.
Right. Again, put your brunch menu. Girl, put your brunch menu on your website. Yeah, so we had an idea. It was a small, like the regular menu is small. This menu was even smaller. I like that.
I like that too.
Less choice is a positive for me, but still, just let me know ahead of time that the menu is going to be super small. Because I was going to get a different kind of salad. Yes, a different kind of basic. But overall, it was a fantastic day. We crammed a lot of day into a little time, honey. Do you have any final thoughts, feelings, comments, or reflections?
I urge everyone to visit Old Sacramento.
Yes.
Take in the ambiance and see a show on the Delta King.
Yes. Tag us in your photos or something. Alrighty, well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Old Sac History. No, it's not old. It's a Sacramento History Museum in Old Sac. We don't have a promo code for that museum. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you, my wife, and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, my lady may have U-turned on a red light. I think that's the same, honey.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Red means stop. So anything is running it. But she's still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for caring. Hope you have a wonderful day / night. Au revoir.
And oop.
Ooh! We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender?
I can't eat no longer.
And oop.
Okay, so addendum. A few things we didn't mention. 11:30 a.m. There were two gals at the bar, downing bottomless mimosas. I mean, I wish them the best. I wanted to walk up to him and say, "What did he do, girl? What did he do? You're better than him. He don't deserve you. You don't need that zero. You go get yourself a hero." But drinking cocktails 11:30 a.m. Sunday morning, it's a vibe. I mean, we've done it.
Sure.
Why am I so judgy? Our total till was $96.79. We tipped $20. We just gave him a cool, crisp $115. The Pilot House, the stuffy white tablecloth restaurant on the Delta King has a huge wine closet. Like they have this whole display of tons of wine behind glass that probably cost a pretty penny. Uh, but I'm sure if you're celebrating something special or meaningful, you can grab a bottle or two, if you will, from that display. And then, honey, you wanted to talk about a certain exhibit or something at the museum that you were impressed with that left a mark.
Yeah, in the lowrider area display, there was a recreation of a kitchen.
Yeah.
From like the mid 1900s.
Yeah.
And I love when museums have recreations of rooms.
Yeah.
And it has tables, and the table has all the like a bowl, some tablecloth,
Yeah.
some old spoon,
some cooking ingredients strewn about. I know, I like that. It's like a different world, but it's very familiar. It's like watching an episode of I Love Lucy. It's like they live like cavemen. No granite countertops. Okay, just saying.
I love it because it looks like you can just step right into it and go back in time.
Yeah.
And they had an old Sacramento phone directory hanging from the wired phone on the.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The rotary dial. Click, 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 click. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Overall, it was good. I liked it. Um, I don't know about the tattoo thing. Whatever.
The tattoo thing was interesting. There's displays about tattoo women.
Yes.
Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Like women that are all tattooed and they do like shows
Kat
and
Von
show off
D
their body.
on Bravo or AMC.
It also talks about the Native American practice of like women tattooing their chins.
Oh, right.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
We've all seen pictures of that.
I guess I'm just against tattoos. How about focusing less on covering your body in ink and trying to fill that gaping void in your life with tattoos? How about loving your family? I'm not a big tattoo guy. You have a couple tattoos, but they're super small and they're white, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're low key.
They're very dainty and
yeah,
you can't really see them.
yeah, they're understated. But yeah, some people who get like the sleeves. I'm like, how about you love yourself on the inside first?
I'm not a huge fan of that either, but I thought the pictures and the people's stories behind their tattoos was very interesting. I actually enjoyed that exhibit a lot more than I was expecting to.
Yeah, I dug the lowrider just because, well, it's a community, it's belonging, it's family, it's a sense of brotherhood, and there's women in it too. Actually, Lennox and Luna have recently wanted to learn about gangs, like Bloods and Crips and all that stuff. And I get that, but I would rather focus on like this is the guy who started the Crip. I'd rather focus on that it's a sense of family because a lot of the people don't have families or they have broken families. It's a sense of belonging, it's community, it's your people, it's just feeling important, feeling a part of something, which I think is infinitely more fascinating than just being in a gang and getting into the criminal elements, if you will.
This one in particular is interesting because it's focusing on the ones here in Sacramento. So that's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Like it's part of our community and part of the history here where we live.
Yeah.
So I like learning about that.
Dug it. Is the underground available on the free thing?
Yes.
Oh.
That one goes quickly too. People are interested in that.
You gotta get that. You gotta hit that refresh button. They need to have like that Taylor Swift. You need to sign up for our email fan club and then go on to Ticketmaster.com and then you go into a waiting room and then they usher you into another waiting room. There's 8,000 people ahead of you.
Absolutely not.
$400 tickets. No, okay.
No.
I guess you don't like my social media strategy. That would bring in the big bucks, honey. Okay, we're done. See ya.